If you've been following the channel for a while, I've had my MVSX for about a year, year and a half, and it's one of my favorite cabinets I have. I did go with the riser, bringing it up pretty high. You can just see the difference on an iArcade. On an arcade went up how much higher that control deck is. And with the high-low hack, the 6-button layouts allows you to play anything on this cabinet. So when I heard UNICO came up with an MVSX Mini, 40 games out of the 50 games that are included here, we'll see what the comparison is with those games. I had to pick it up. I actually like MVSX so much I did go with the stand paired it with my iArcade stand. These are perfect for countercades and perfect to do the review. You can see right here, the MVSX Mini Bundle. This is the box. Pre-orders are officially open. It's exactly what we did. Nearing the end of December, we put a pre-order in. And let's open up this bad boy and check it out. And just a couple of things that when you do order this, they will ship FedEx. So expect to see FedEx delivering this. And just taking a look, it does come. I was curious if it came with an HDMI. And the reason is we can hook this up to a TV, something we definitely will check out. Also, I did go with the controller. Now, I like the arcade form factor, but I thought since we're going to do a review on this, why not get the controller? It's an extra $20. Now, if you bundle this up, I will have a link in the description. You'll save $10 if you get it all together, or if you go back in, it'll cost you 10 extra bucks on top of the $20, $30 total to add that controller. So $79.99 versus $99.99 pretty much. And just taking out the MVSX Mini right here, 45 games. Thought it was 40. There's 50 on the actual MVSX that we just started the video with. 45 on here. We'll see what the repeats are, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Here's actually the games list. 45 retro masterpieces. And some nice theming on the packaging. Getting that classic UNICO, the classic MVSX. Actually, we'll open this up first. We'll take a look at that controller. See how it feels. It's been a long time since I have opened up a controller. Playing a lot of games these days on a home arcade. It feels okay. It's not kind of odd shape on holding onto here. Comparing it to like a Super Nintendo. A little bit more comfortable. It's a lot thinner. I wouldn't say it's cheap, but it just doesn't feel the greatest, but I'm more eager on this, but I just wanted to check this out. Here's the end. And it's pretty much the same games list we're getting with our MVSX 45 versus the 50. It's good to see these titles on here and just a fun way to play these. I do like the packaging. A little hologram here. Great theming on the box. Feels like it took forever. You know, I was so excited to get this, and it actually came today. And I thought, you know, I got some other things I wanted to do some reviews on. I want to get to this one first. It's been a while since it's been a long time since I've done an MVSX. Looks like we put the marquee in. And you do have some rubber feet, some corners. A little weight to it. You know, on the screen, I'll get a tape measure. We'll check the aspects. Here's the control. Put the controller in. Now we can play on the TV this way or with that controller. Probably the controller is the way to go. You have your HDMI in and out. And your on and off button. And I missed it. We see the controller here. There's actually a 2-player controller, so pretty fun way you could play this on the TV. Now, this is going to be hard on this screen, but playing it on a TV now, we just got to find that marquee. We have our MVSX Mini instructions, step by step. Somewhere on here it should say installing that marquee. Only box remaining is this white box. Nothing else inside of there, just kind of sits in there. Sure, we'll have a power cord. Here's our marquee. It's cool we put this on. And then our power cord. So we're going to need one. Either you plug it in direct USB into the wall, or you'll need an extra plug. Here's a closer look of the marquee. We're just going to peel this off and put it right there. And actually, I missed this. I didn't even notice that we put the artwork right over the control deck. Pretty sturdy tape here, so it's really going to stick. So be careful when you're putting this on. Just take your time. You can see the corners are kind of rounded. I just tried to keep it as tight up to there as I could. I didn't really want the space right here. Thought about trying to put it down there, but then it might look goofy on top, so there it is. And then the same with our control deck. Just going to peel right off. I guess we're just going to have to knock these holes out. It'll fit right in there. Interesting how they do that, just having us install it ourselves. Now I did find it was easier to go over these buttons first and then kind of wiggle this around. I tried over the controller, the joystick, and it didn't line up here. So once I got them over these buttons, it's a little off, but there's nothing coming up on this side. Your OCD might get the best of you on this. The good thing is, this isn't peeling off. I mean, it's locked in there pretty good, and you're not going to rub off these graphics. And we'll just plug in the power and fire this up. Well, we have sound. This is a lot, guys, I'm not just saying this. This is a lot cooler than I thought. All 45 games. And actually, this doesn't feel bad. The joystick, I didn't know what to think looking at it, but it's a lot more sturdy than I thought. This doesn't light up, obviously, but the controls are pretty good. We'll go into the settings here. Let's see if we can control the sound. If we can turn it up, see if the A button goes in there. So we're in English. The brightness, the volume. Okay, so the volume is as loud as we can go. And King of Fighters 98, it's got such a great intro. Oh yeah, this is it. I mean, these are the arcade ROMs. This is pretty cool. I mean, if you have the MVSX or you've never played it, this is cool. I actually started my review out with this theme on the actual MVSX. And it looks like the sound is coming right here. You got that SNK right there. Yeah, this plays pretty good. And to exit a game, you hit start and select at the same time. This will prompt up. Hit exit, you're back in the main menu, and it just operates a lot like that MVSX where all the titles are on the bottom of the screen, and we're going left to right, and everything's separated per category. Let's plug in the controller and see how it does. And just to note that you can pick up a second controller if you want to get some two-player action going on here. I'm sure it's going to be a lot easier on the TV, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. You know, it's working. This is pretty cool. I'm glad I went with this controller. I am loving playing this on the handheld, but this is going to be perfect for the TV. I'm kind of eating my words here, but I said I'm having a lot of fun playing it on the arcade part. And just so you know that when it is plugged in, you can see the screen is just going to have that UNICO on there. Everything's on the TV. And the funny thing is, just turning it on now, realizing that the button is on the back, it's exactly the same way on the actual MVSX. It's such an awkward spot, but it's to a T, pretty close. This is a favorite game of mine on the MVSX. It's good to have some beat 'em ups. I know this is a fighting heavy little mini arcade, but I'm a big beat 'em up guy. Yeah, this plays pretty good. I mean, I can see getting that second controller, bringing a friend over, and playing. I mean, you know, to compare this, I'm a big arcade form factor guy, but you have the room here. You know, you're not kind of shoulder to shoulder on a 3/4 scale cabinet. Having the controller off does give you some space. I will admit that. And the same goes for the controller. Just hold select and start at the same time, and that screen will take you right back here. Hit the A, and we're back in the main menu. So navigating through here, you're always going to have to go left and right. And it's going to seem a lot like that multi-cade, like the original MVSX. And you know the thing is the more games you have, the longer it's going to take to select a game. But yeah, I think this is a good buy. Pretty happy with this. I was looking forward to it. And it does have Shock Troopers. It's a great game. I always enjoyed playing this game on my MVSX. So there's a little bit of something for everybody here. Games list is very similar to that MVSX. So if your friend has one, if you've ever encountered one and said, hey, I like this, you got the same games on here. You are missing 5 games, but the games that I like to play are on here. And like I said, you get the sports games, you get the fighters, some beat 'em ups, and some shooters. And you can use this to play also. I do prefer the controller, but if you didn't have the controller, we're playing with this right now. You could play the TV with this. This is a 3-inch screen. But I gotta tell you, it was a lot of fun playing this on the TV. I mean, they weren't kidding when they call this a mini. You can see it's 7 inches high. About 5 inches long. And 4 inches wide. You know, I think for the extra $20, it's worth the controller. Playing it on the arcade is something that I do prefer to play, but the controller made all the most sense when we were on that TV. It was very comfortable, especially if you want to get a second player involved. Now I'm going to pack this back up, and this is going to be a giveaway. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and look for a chance to win. This is going to be in a couple of weeks. It's going to give you some time. And to follow me on Instagram, PD7 Lucky's Gym, I will have a link in the description and a link to UNICO to pick this up. 2 ways you can get it. You can buy it straight up from UNICO, get the $100 for what you're seeing now, or the $79.99 just for the arcade. Or follow me on Instagram, hit that subscribe button, and we will have a giveaway later on in the month of March in 2024. It's a really great product from UNICO. Never been disappointed yet with MVSX. Nothing but good products. Anybody that I talk to that has an MVSX something UNICO form factor. Absolutely loves it. There's a ton of different brands out there. This is different than what I'm used to. I gotta be honest with you. I mean, I do play on the counter K, but you can just see how much smaller that really is. And you can complain about that 8-inch screen. This is 3-inch. It didn't really bother me. You're gonna play it on the TV, I'll guarantee you. If you do decide to pick this up, definitely go with this controller. It's gonna make all the difference. It just felt a little weird in the beginning, but it makes a lot of sense having, especially if you have a second player, being able to plug that in. I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time. You're gonna like the way it looks. I guarantee it.